Okay, everyone, we are back. This is episode 6. Hi, everyone. We are back for another episode of Rise Podcast, your number one go-to real estate channel. So today, let me introduce you of course, I'm Jason. Then my co-host for today, it's Amanda.
Hello.
Okay, so today we have two very special guests, Charlene and Annabeth. So they are the Project ICs for One Sophia. So today we are going to talk about One Sophia. Okay, so do you guys want to do a short introduction for both of you? Maybe start from Charlene.
Hi, I'm Charlene. This is not the first time I'm on the podcast. Yeah, but I'm part of Rise, so I don't need that much introduction now. Maybe I could move the introduction to Annabeth instead.
Okay. So Anna?
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Annabeth. This is actually my first real estate podcast. Yes. So
I'll be very chill. I'm very chill.
She sound a bit nervous.
She nervous.
She's looking at the phone. I'm like, oh.
I'm looking at the questions.
Yeah, so actually not much. Okay, let me just give a analysis for a breakdown for One Sophia. Okay, so One Sophia is very interesting. Actually, it has two components. Okay, so One Sophia, previously it was Peace Mansion. This is a mixed development. This is in District 9 Sophia Road. I believe it's 1A and 1B. Then the One Sophia itself is the commercial. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct, right? One Sophia itself is the commercial. 122 Strata Office, 127 Strata Retail. From level 3 all the way to level 13 for the offices. Then level 1 comprises of the retail lah. So that is part 1. Okay. Then part 2, it's Collective at One Sophia, which haven't been launched yet. Collective at One Sophia is 2 blocks of 19. 3, 6, 7 units. This is a main project developed by Singhai. So Singhai, we know they did Sora, they did Grand Diamond last year. So this consists of mainly 1 to 3 bedrooms lah. So far, everything correct, right?
Yes, correct.
So everything correct, right? Then last weekend was the launch. Congratulations, both of you, on your launch of your commercial units. Okay, 33% was sold for the commercial. Actually, it's quite. Okay, the average PSF about 3,003, which is okay.
I would say it's pretty good.
It's very good. It's very good. So maybe I ask two of you. Okay, so maybe I start with Charlene first, since Anna is a guest. What are 3 main points about One Sophia that investors should look into?
three main points. Okay, I feel that we are the only mixed development in District 9.
Okay.
Right? Not only we have offices, but we also have the retail downstairs. Okay. Number 2 is we are very well priced. Right? We are
PSF out already?
So what's the price that we are looking at?
Apparently we are looking at under 3,000.
This is for Resi lah.
For Resi. And for commercial, yes, we have transacted at 3,003 on an average. So if we are comparing to Suntec City, which is about 60 years left, we have transacted at 3,006. Yeah.
Suntec 60 years left. This one got 90. I mean, by the time they receive the keys, it'll be like 96, 95 years remaining. And then we are going at 3,003 PSI. So at 3,000 PSI, I think it's very okay. Fair point. What about you, Charlene?
And also because I think our office units, we also have the smaller sizes. So the overall quantum also shrinks a lot compared to Suntec.
So offices in Suntec are mainly bigger floor plates, like about how much square feet?
I think on average got 1,005, 1,006. Those were the ones that I saw, but I know they were very, very big floor plates also.
Okay.
What about a commercial at One Sophia then?
Our smallest is 740 square feet.
That's twice.
Yeah. Our largest is about 4,500 and plus kind of range.
Okay.
So we have very small, we have also very big, and consumers, they can purchase like side by side. We have buyers that actually bought half a floor.
So they can amalgamate the units together lah, basically.
Okay, you can't merge them as one, but you can have like 1A, 1B, 1C.
This for the commercial and the retail.
Correct.
Okay. Then two more points.
Okay, wait, sorry. For the retail, right, as of now, although yes, the developers have already sort of dedicated the slots into 127 units, but as of now, they only want to sell it to one person, like one buyer.
Okay, so how does this work to the audience? How does this normally work? So you will sell to a big name company then?
Yeah, either a company or just someone with a really big wallet. Yeah, and the reason why this happens is because if you look at other mixed developments, we don't want to name any other development, but some developments, when developers start to sell unit by unit, then it becomes a very a spectrum of tenant pools that sometimes it just doesn't create the right crowd in that area, right? So and then when that happens, right, it also affects the pricing in the residential side, where the homeowners, they don't see a capital appreciation because there is no demand for the mixed development anymore.
I think the most similar relation to that is Jayden also had the very same thing. CapitaLand, they also want to rent it or sell it to a main big name lah. Then the name itself will control all the retail units lah. Okay, fair point. Then one more point.
Last point. Okay, this
On
one,
the residential, maybe?
the resi. Okay, so the resi, right? In my opinion, I and nobody has seen it yet except Annabeth, but I think the layouts are fantastic. Yeah, because nowadays especially in the Sophia region, a lot of the units are small in order to cater to the mass market quantum. Yeah, but because One Sophia is pricing themselves so attractively that they're actually able to build bigger size units at that same kind of quantum level almost.
There's 3 good points lah, I must say.
Yeah.
And then MRT station, can you cover a bit on MRT station?
Yep. So we are very close by to 4 MRT station.
Wow.
The nearest is about 3 minutes walk to Bencoolen MRT station.
Yeah, actually, we walked this morning. We're doing a shoot this morning.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really near. And then we are also very nearby to Dobby God MRT station.
Which is an interchange. So
3 MRT.
correct.
lines,
So actually in Singapore, there's only 3 line interchange: Marina, Outram, Dobby God. And Dobby God, since it's the interchange, then we do expect a bit more human traffic there lah. Okay, I think fair point, Amanda. Would you buy One Sophia?
Before I say I want to buy or not, I do have some questions pertaining to One Sophia.
Okay.
These are, I think, genuine concerns that I hear my clients asking me.
Okay.
One key questions that a lot of them actually ask me is, why should I choose the collective at One Sophia as compared to other new developments in the Sophia area, given that they are freehold, while the collective at One Sophia is not a freehold product.
When you mean like other new launch, do you mean like the ones upcoming, or do you mean like now?
Those are already launched.
Already launched.
Like Sophia Regency.
Ah.
Yeah, these are, I think there are 2,
Okay.
right?
Question. Okay, so how come, ladies?
Okay, I personally feel, right, the Sophia region or the Bencoolen region is in the very early phase of a very big transformation. Right? They are tearing down Peace Mansion. They want to remove the sleazy outlook of that location. We are supposed to be a civil district. It's supposed to be very artsy-fartsy, and that's what they really want to push, a very distinct look for this entire region. So One Sophia, this new development is moving in that direction also. It's very different. It's going to change the entire outlook of that place, and it's starting from there. So you can only imagine that once you have One Sophia up, and then in the future there will be more. And these are going to be price boosters that will help the capital appreciation of the location. But then of course you mentioned that behind we have freeholds and all that. However, the thing is that this is not an apple to apple comparison, because we will never have a mixed development that is freehold. Yeah. So in that case, I can't make a fair comparison on both, because of course in terms of convenience wise, I don't think anything else is going to be as convenient as One Sophia in this region itself lah. So you'll be buying into convenience, which is something that tenants prioritize over everything else. Yeah.
I think a bit of like Amanda's question. Also, we don't talk about the launches now. We talk about upcoming Union Square D1, Aurea D7. So with all these new projects in the CCR region, why should we get One Sophia instead of the 2 other projects? What's the gauge for Resi for One Sophia again?
As of now, can I say names so I can hold them accountable?
No, you just
No.
say the initial.
No, P.
Okay.
P said under 3,000 on average.
It can be one unit or it can be all unit.
I don't know.
Yeah, it can be lah. Okay, on average. Okay, but maybe I ask Anna. So why One Sophia compared to Union Square, Aurea?
Okay, Aurea is actually a very different product. So not launched yet, but we also hear say that the PSF is gonna be like the high 3
High three, like 3.9, 3.8.
Around there.
Wow, yeah, that's
Like the
expensive.
highest, super expensive.
But it's an ultra lux. But it's expensive,
So it's,
okay.
it's very different product that we are looking at.
Okay.
So of course there are people who, and of course location. I mean we are in like the most prime. We are in District 9, Orchard. So I think it's not like the same thing.
Okay.
However, we are actually priced much lower. Correct.
So okay, investors that are looking into is always the lowest entry, best entry lah. Then compared to Union Square,
Union Square, I think if I remember correctly, they said they're gonna be at the mid tier of the mid like 3,000 that kind of range. First, the pricing is different. Then of course the layout is also quite different. Yeah, so I mean layout, to be honest, it's a personal preference kind of thing. Just like how some people prefer dumbbells because it's more efficient, but I personally prefer traditional, even though there's a wasted corridor space. So I think it's very personal preference. But I just prefer One Sophia's layout.
Okay. But just off the top of my head, why, Amanda, do you think there is no 4-5 bedrooms in One Sophia?
I believe it's because of the nature of the area where it's targeted more towards the investors. So that's why they are really focusing their efforts on the smaller bedrooms.
You don't see big families coming to CCR?
I think it's rare, but I do encounter some who are looking into St. Margaret's. Yeah,
Okay.
which is a very rare occasion.
But yeah, mainly all 1 to 3 bedroom. But I thought I went to a floor plan. I will stitch the floor plan layout for a 3 bedroom after. I think it's very nice. Okay, so after last year we had 4 fire sales. Sentosa, Cascadian, 11 at HOTLINE, one more I can't remember. All these are from CCR. Are CCR projects still safe to enter as an investor?
Okay, so along the Sophia area, actually we have we can fetch very high rental yield. So we are very close by to I think 6 to 7 international schools. Wow. So we actually have a lot of students.
Yeah, actually, evidently this morning, I was a student. Okay.
Yes, we have a lot of students around, and of course we also have we used to have more girls.
Okay.
Yes, in general. So actually the rental there it's good. Yes, the rental yield.
Okay. What about you, Shah?
Okay, so I think that if we were to use the past few years to make a comparison on why there are fire sales in CCR and whatnot, I don't think that would be a very, very fair comparison because, of course, aside from what happened with COVID, and then there was the ABSD, right? So in the past, of course, depending on exactly which part of the core region we are looking at, some parts of them are very heavily dominated by foreign purchasers. Yeah, they are our carries, in certain parts of the core region. And when COVID happened, that was also the period that actually a lot of these products came into the market. And then without these purchasers coming in, right, the developers, there's no one to sell to, and you can tell from those when the developers actually produce a Chinese version of the brochure, and they're targeting the foreign market. So they were all stuck. And of course, back then, there is this, it's still ongoing now, that there is a timeline that developers have to meet in order for them to not incur a penalty for the remaining units that were not being sold after that due date. So, of course, some of them had a leeway. The government did give them some grants and extended timeline. But with this 60% ABSD, it is still a very big hit on this kind of projects. So, at the end of the day, a business is a business. Developers, they have to minimize and cut their losses, which is why I believe that there were more fire sales that we saw in those years compared to now. Right now we are coming back into normalcy already. Our prices are not crazy at the moment, and I believe Singhai also knows that they can't price it too high. Otherwise, how is the mass market going to purchase? Which is why they're pricing it the way that it is currently. Yeah, so I don't think that we will face a fire sale in One Sophia. Also, another reason because we are not a residential land; we're actually a commercial land.
Yeah. So those of you who don't know, because it's a commercial involvement in the land itself, so there is no ABSD date.
Correct.
There's no ABSD. It's a bit like Newport, where as long as it's commercial like TMW, there is no rush for developers to sell out or fire sale their units lah.
Correct.
Compared to the other CCR units. Oh, that's a good point. Amanda, anything?
Actually, it's something that I'm very curious to know is if One Sophia were to launch, let's say slightly below 3,000, how are we going to position One Sophia as compared to other developments in the core Orchard area, such as Cascadian Reserve that are asking at about 2,800?
Okay, so I think, right, that once again, I don't think it's an apple-to-apple comparison, even though they're both new launches. The products themselves are extremely different, right? People who purchase into Cascadian Reserve are purchasing into exclusivity, the luxury end, whereas for One Sophia, I mean, you can already tell that the developers are eyeing at investors, which is why we only produce 1 to 3 bedrooms, right? So, the whole demographic, I think it's very different. Sorry, what was the question again? I feel like I forgot what.
Compared to Cascadian Reserve.
Yeah. So I don't think that people would even really try to compare these two because the demographic of the buyers are very, very different.
不一样啦.
Yeah, correct. So for Cascadian, right, I think it's like, it's people who are like, really on the wealthier end, then they want to, maybe if they want to retire in this kind of place, then wow, this is a very good deal for them.
It's a very lifestyle
Yes,
project.
it's a very lifestyle project. But for One Sophia, it's a very it's just a numbers project, right? The numbers make sense because it's so easy to get a tenant, and that the demand will be very easy because number one, we have such big schools there, right? And then even if we don't look at the surrounding, maybe 1 kilometer range of office space, immediately within One Sophia itself, we are going to have 122 different, okay, maybe not 122, some maybe they merge lah, but there's going to be at least 100 companies that's going to be in there. And then all these people would also have their own employees that will look into wanting
Staying
to, correct.
near
And there's a very high chance that all this could be corporate lease also. Yeah, and I have a lot of landlords that they tend to prefer corporate lease as well. Because it feels safer.
Okay, so back to the residential floor plan. Which is your favorite floor plan unit type? Maybe start from Anna first.
The 3-bedder.
Okay, also I saw it. It's very nice. It likes Jaden. It's a wider living room. But why do you like it?
Because all 3 bedrooms are en suite.
Yes, that's important. And that was a point Peter actually mentioned also. Okay, then some more?
Yep, and they have a very well-sized utility
That
comes with a WC. So if you have a helper, when you have a helper, then that could be a helper room. So it's very well-sized. It's not like the normal home household shelter.
Actually, I saw a really very rare floor plan. What about you, Shah? Other than 3 bedroom?
Okay, I mean, of course, I would love the 3, but I would say that the 2 is also fairly okay. Nothing in particular about the layout, but it's just that the overall size is very it's something that I haven't seen in a new market in this vicinity. Yeah, because really if you open up into the other Sophias, right, it's very, very small. It's really very small. This is really proper size where I can really walk around, I can put stuff down,
It's true.
It's different, yeah. So that's why I think, I mean, if it's for investment, I would prefer to go for a 2 if my budget allows.
I saw the master bedroom also significantly bigger in terms of square feet.
Correct. You can like put
Significantly
study
bigger.
and
The
stuff
dumbbell
inside
one,
also.
So actually very excited for the unit.
Actually, I want to add on to
Yes,
something.
please.
So just now Amanda was asking about Cascadian, right?
Yes.
So I was thinking because I was trying to figure out the Cascadian layout.
Yeah.
So if you realize the 3-bedder at Cascadian, it's quite different from the collective. Yes. In fact, the 2-bedder is also, it's different. It's
So the collective is more Singaporean.
yeah, you can say so. It's not as lifestyle as Cascadian. So Cascadian, like what Charlene said, is like super lifestyle. Like
Super open.
Yes, super open.
Yeah, super open. Oh yeah, actually the layout also very different lah. I also do see that the show flat is amazing. So everyone the viewers should go and take a look. Maybe the second last question. Is there a stigma in the Sprinsep area? Would it affect investors?
Today you got money, would it affect you?
Yes, it does affect me. Yes.
Precisely because I got money.
That's
why
right.
you want to pay me.
But does the stigma does it affects? What do you think?
okay, in all honesty, because I've never been into Peace Mansion and all that, I've never seen the sleazy part of it. I've only heard of it, you know. But of course, it does look a bit run down at the moment, naturally, because it's so old. But I don't think that it will be the biggest objection for me if the price makes sense, which it does, right? I mean, if I really need to invest in something, and then let's say I just like Union Square. I like the outlook of Union Square, but my wallet doesn't like the I have to make the numbers work for me then, right? Yeah. Which in this case, of course, when you're buying for investment, then your entry price is very important. Yeah. Because if you have a high entry price, then you rent the same price as someone else, then obviously your yield is lower, ma. Yeah, so the numbers have to make sense as of now to me, if I were to invest in Bencoolen area. Okay.
And I got anything?
No. Oh, good.
Okay, so we're coming to an end. So when's it launching, the Resi?
So the show flags is actually open right now.
Okay.
So the developers are very, very nice and very kind. By right, we need to wait until January next year. Okay. But since we did pretty well for our commercial part, so developer is opening out the residential just for preview only. So
is there going to be like a grand preview date, 2 weeks, and then a booking date? Like, how's it going to be?
There might be. So right now we're still in the discussion.
So right now still open
Wow. It's open. Yes.
So you mean that if I have clients that are looking into this project, they can just walk in?
Yes.
Wow.
Hey, but
you can walk into view first.
Because of Trump and AOK, my personal take is I don't think COH is at a position where they want to launch everything together. So Norwood did fantastic. Everything sold out. Minus 4-bedroom plus study premium. I do feel that because of that, then Trump Park EOK, the COH just wants a bit more time in between. So I don't see like the grand launch for One Sophia happening very soon. You know, it can be pushed to maybe even February. I don't know.
So I mean, the targeted launch currently is in January. But the preview, the reason why this whole like sneak preview started was because actually when we were running our commercial preview, there were actually a lot of purchasers that were asking if they could do a bulk purchase, right? Yeah, so that's why the developers thought about it, and then they decided to give the green light to say that, you know, if let's say we do have buyers that are interested in both, or they just want to take a look at how the resi is like, we are open to letting them in.
That's good. Okay, anything last by any of you, last things to let the audience know before we go to the final question?
What's the final question?
Final question first. Final question is, how many percentage will One Sophia sell for collective for the resi portion?
300 over units, right?
Yeah. 1 to 3 bedrooms. Okay, the thing about certain projects, right, it's when there's a 4-5 bedroom quantum, then we know it's very hard for people to enter. So there'll always be like 20% remaining, so 80% sold. Okay, but for for the collective at One Sophia, it's all 1 to 3 bedrooms. Okay, so you know it can be a very interesting gauge lah. 367 units. Maybe I go first. How many percent?
Peter is watching.
Wow, hard sir. Maybe Amanda, you go first.
I believe about 40%.
Why?
I mean, if I look at Norwood, it's at 80. It's a wild guess lah, because for the collective at One Sophia, it is affordable in terms of the CCR region. It is. But as a whole in the entire Singapore, it's priced on the higher side.
Yes.
Yeah, so I believe that this kind of product actually takes time for it to go.
That's true.
Hence 40%.
Okay. Maybe I go next. I also say 40%. 40%. Okay. Maybe I'd say 40. I say 35%. But because there is Union Square launching, there's Aurea launching. I say different demographics, different product. But when there is a few projects launching, normally the competition will take away some percentage lah. But eventually, we all know that One Sophia collective and One Sophia will be fully sold. But I feel that at that moment, at this period of time, we can be looking at 35%. The loser treat drink okay,
then I set mine as 40.
Okay.
See who nearer.
It's their turn. I don't know what to say. They cannot say too high.
Yeah, actually, I don't expect very high. Not because the product is lousy, but I think I will put it at like a high 20+%.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wow.
Peter!
No. Because like I mentioned, it's not because the product is lousy, but because we are in CCR. So if you look at all the CCR projects, right, that is mostly in Orchard, they don't move so fast one. It is just the nature of the timeline is like that for CCR region. You don't move so quickly. And of course we also have, like they mentioned, there are also other developments that are popping up, right? So these are going to be very big comparisons. But of course, then again, one thing for sure is no matter what else comes up, as long as it's in the core region, it's not going to beat our price.
Okay, that's true. That's a good point. Okay, Anna, you?
Yeah, I agree with Charlene. I was targeting between
if they're gonna die, they're gonna die together.
20%. So you say 20%.
high 20s,
High 20,
25. Because like our biggest mix, I think, is like 1 to 2 bedder. Now 3 bedder only got 1 stack.
Yeah. Okay.
So obviously most investors will be looking at the the 1+ study and the 2 bedder. Yes. So I feel that I think it's normal for investors to shop around first, to actually wait for the other launches to launch first, to look at their prices, their layout, and then from there they'll do a comparison. Then it will be post-launch already, Yeah.
Okay, true.
I believe that the buyer pattern when it comes to this kind of products is very different from our mass market buyers, right? Yeah, and as much as we are One Sophia's leadership and we want to sing praises about One Sophia, but we have to admit that there will be quite a lot of objections regarding the location. That is something that we have to unfortunately is on us, like that we have to face it, but we also have to embrace it, because this also means that it's a beginning of a change. So if people can visualize the future within this vicinity, right, actually it will be a very nice, very, very nice change, a very nice product that will stand out in 4 to 5 years when it's ready.
I also buy.
You say will buy or won't
I will buy, of course. Okay. So to end it off, is there anything you both want to say your last breath for One Sophia for the audience, even for Team ERA, because ERA, I'll send the videos to marketing, ERA Hyper Chats. Anything you want to let them know?
I would want everyone to know that honestly, this is it's a good product. It's a good product, especially when it comes to the layout. I think the layout I got. There's nothing to fight. There's nothing to say this layout's great. No.
Yeah, that's true.
Really, because it's really proper, efficient layouts.
I
must say. Okay, Anna, what about you?
I'm down to the price. So definitely very attractive. In District 9, we are also a mixed D development. So it's something that is very rare. So yeah, just come down and at least take a look. Yes.
Okay. Amanda, anything? Okay, so with that, this brings us to the end of the episode. So we hope you enjoy a little bit more knowledge about One Sophia. So nearing the launch, then we'll see how the performance. Okay, so until then, don't forget to give us a follow on social media, and if you want to see more, please subscribe. Okay, till next time. Bye guys.